Hi.
Hi.
Do you see me?
I don't see you, but I can hear you.
Something is wrong with my computer. I couldn't hear you well.
Can you not hear me now?
I hear you, but you cannot see me.
Hello, Sofia. Welcome to our Koibird talk. I think this is going to be first of a series of them. Just want to say really quickly, Sofia is an extremely busy person, so we really appreciate your time with us. You are everything from a director. You have been running Be Next, which is an art and fashion foundation and festival, and you run kind of a competition for new talent and new designers. Obviously, you have been mentoring, supporting financially and advising a lot of young Georgian talent, fashion talent. You have been producing and writing documentaries, and as of, I guess, 6 years ago, you have started and you run the Mercedes-Benz Tbilisi Fashion Week.
Yes, exactly.
How I understand was supposed to have a big space, a big cultural hub open. Was it this May? Is that correct?
We started the project because we were lucky that we have this space now, our own space, which is the former Coca-Cola factory in the city, which is not far from the city center, and we want to transform it into the hub for creative industries. It's quite big space, so we plan to do there a lot of different kind of projects like fashion design and art school, also space dedicated to film school, galleries, spaces for the shows and for the events, big events. Also there will be spaces for the designers to work. We want to bring all the creative people in Georgia in one space because they are dispersed in different locations, and it's usually really difficult especially for the international guests to find them, to meet them. So we want to bring them in one space where they can co-create, create, and then something interesting will happen with their collaboration. So it will be a kind of bridge between Georgian creatives and international creatives and experts, because we want to invite many different kind of people for the workshops, seminars, for teaching, for advisory, and many things.
And it's a really interesting direction to take, especially now with the whole kind of fashion week as an institution being kind of in question. You know, do we continue with fashion weeks the way they always were, or should something change? But it sounds like this kind of cultural hub that will provide many other things as well as fashion week would also enable the visitors to actually come for something other than just one.
Yeah, and for Georgian designers, it's very important the physical presence of the people who are whom they are showing the collections, because Georgia is the country which is not well known in the world in terms of, especially in terms of fashion and art scene. And first of all, it's very important when people come and meet in person the designers, see the city, feel the city, and understand it even better, that how the fashion is created here. So for us, Digital Fashion Week was a little bit hard to make, because for us it's very important that people come to see it in Georgia, and that's why for us the next edition is also very important if it happens in November, because we need to invite many people to Georgia to introduce Georgian fashion, and not only fashion. That's why we are creating this space, because we have many talented creative people here, and we want to show them, we want to bring them all together and show everything in one space. That's the idea behind the project. In terms of Fashion Week, we're going really fast recent years. Sorry, we've started in 2015, and we've started with small, very little amount of designers. We had around 10 or 15 designers, and we've started to grow really fast because the interest was really strong toward Georgian fashion designers. And each season the number of designers were growing, and also number of the international guests was growing. And we have to restart again everything, and we have to manage somehow to adjust this situation to our fashion week, and manage somehow to continue again this way, because for the other fashion weeks in the world, it's the situation is different. The financial situation of the designers is different, and for Georgian designers, they were really hit hard by this situation. So we are trying to support them in many different ways now, because they need some financial support, they need support in PR, they need support in the sales, because we depend a lot on the global situation. Georgian designers, they don't focus on local, they are more selling, for example, worldwide, not in Georgia particularly. So everything depends on the situation in the world for the Georgian fashion to keep going.
Actually, that's an interesting question. So how do Georgian designers do in Georgia? I mean, what's the local kind of scene and customers' appetite for their own designers? Because I know from, my country and where I'm from, and several other countries, you always want international designers and not kind of what you have locally. So I'm just curious, how does it feel in Tbilisi when it comes?
Now they're becoming more and more popular because the brands, the quality is a bit better, much better. And of course, Georgians want to wear Georgian designers, and they're proud to wear Georgian fashion. The same was with me. I would never wear Georgian brands before because I was not so happy with the quality, and I knew how it was made. But now more and more I wear Georgian brands than international brands, because I like what they are doing and what they're making, and I like their vision and idea, and I know how they produce. I know the situation from the inside, so I can trust them now.
Yeah, I mean, I have to say, from our perspective, from the store's perspective, it's definitely one of the kind of, more emerging market kind of designer collective that has been the best made. I think the quality is very, very good. It's Western, Western standard quality.
Exactly. So yeah,
that's been really great, especially when it comes to tailoring. There's quite a lot of tailored looks, and that's important to be well tailored, to fit really well and have it be really.
Of course, definitely.
Great. And so, I mean, obviously you have been a big reason for why Georgian fashion has been put on the more international map. Can you just let us know a little bit about kind of what got you started, and is this something that was a passion of yours to kind of help young artists and fashion designers from early on, or what led you down, because you really give all your time and effort and money towards this cause?
Yes. I started with the fashion design contest. Before the fashion week, we were doing the fashion design contest, and I saw more and more talented designers that the contest aim was to give them the scholarship to study abroad in the main international fashion design schools. But the problem was, after nothing was happening for them, they would finish their studies, and it was very difficult for them to find something in London or in Paris or in the major cities where the fashion is main aspect of the economy. But and it was really difficult for them, and to get the recognition, it was completely impossible. They couldn't reach people. They didn't know how to reach, for example, international press, how to communicate with them, how to present themselves to the international press. First, we've started with press after buyers joined us, because first we wanted to promote them, and then to explain that this and the quality was getting better and better. And then we've started inviting international buyers to the Fashion Week. And after the contest, I decided to do, it was just an idea, let's make an international Fashion Week in Georgia, why not? And I invested a lot of time, money, energy, everything what I had in this project to make it happen, because I just believed in it. I don't know, it's just like with this new space, I believe in the project, and I see it, how it will look. I imagine it first, and then I start doing it. So for me, for Georgian, it was always very difficult when I was traveling, when the simple question, where are you from? And nobody knows. When you say you are from Georgia, nobody knows what Georgia is.
Yeah, I know what that feels like too.
This is really, really, really difficult, because they have to explain where your country is, and nobody knows anything about your country. And I knew that in Georgia there are many talented people in fashion and art, and this could be the best ambassador for the country, fashion and art. And these people, these young designers, can put Georgia on not only on a fashion map, let's say, they can put Georgia on they can show Georgia with from different angle.
And then, as if you haven't done enough and don't do enough, you are thinking of using this space, let's say the Coca-Cola former space, to open a fashion school.
Yes, it's my dream.
Can you tell us a little bit about
I've been thinking about opening this kind of educational center and school for many, many years, but I was not ready for this. I was trying to figure out how to do it, and I didn't have the space, so we had to find the space. So it was like all the time I was postponing this project. But now, as we have this amazing building which can be transformed into this school, it was built in '50s, so we want to add some modern attributes, and then to create something interesting out of it. And we need the main problem now in Georgia, what I see, is the education, because we have very bad educational system, especially in the creative fields. And this school, we didn't open it yet, but we have so many requests from the students. So many people they are all asking us when this will happen and when we can start to learn. And so we are working on it really hard now first to open the school, and then the rest of the spaces, because we have many, many requests, and I see how Georgian young designers want to learn something and they don't know where. So at the moment we are working in this direction to bring as many people, as many professionals to collaborate with us in this project. So at the end it will be something interesting.
Because isn't it the case that quite a few of the even well-known Georgian designers haven't actually had formal fashion school training?
Most of the designers in Georgia are self-taught.
Yeah, which is amazing.
Yeah, they are self-taught. They know how to make the collection, but at the end, the problem, it's not only about the fashion design. We don't have here the team for the designer. If the designer wants to create its own team and they want to have, for example, somebody in marketing or in PR, it's completely impossible to find something in fashion in Georgia.
And how about art? What's the scene? What's the art scene like?
It's very interesting. Yeah. We have very interesting artists here. We have it was really strong school of theater, costume, and we have very rich history in theater and film. It was before Soviet times and also during Soviet Union, because it was very strong school here of film and also costume design. And we have many different kind of artists in different directions who we want to also to show to the world, because we were focused only on fashion design, and now we want to open more the borders and to show more creative people from Georgia, because we have very interesting art scene in Georgia.
So you're a little bit of a Georgian fairy godmother.
I hope not. It's
fairy godmother.
No, I'm just I just love what I do. I'm always looking for something new, and I've been it's really difficult because it's not easy to live and work in Georgia. To travel for 5 days, it's very interesting and exciting, but to live and work here, it's really hard. But when I go somewhere, then I want to come back always. I don't know.
So tell us, if you know, can you give us a few pointers of why to visit Tbilisi, and what are things to, you know, experience there? What are things to do? What are things to see? What can we expect from, let's say, a weekend in Tbilisi? There's a lot.
It's completely different what you are used to see, what you see in Europe or somewhere else. It's very eclectic. Also, people are very eclectic here. There are a lot of, it's good to come to discover really the artists. It's good to meet people, because local people are really something to explore. We have very good cuisine, very good food. So it's worth of trying.
What kind of food? I always want to ask the questions about the food.
Georgian food, it's hard to explain because you have to try it. It's very rich and very, how to say, it's different. It's completely different. But it's a mixture of different types of food. You can find something Italian also maybe, or something but it's Georgian. It's Georgian food. It's just, you have to try it.
Music, the big one. Film.
Music, we have dance, which is very. It's worthwhile to also to see the Georgian national dance, and we are very strong in it. We have interesting galleries, small galleries, where you can meet and see Georgian artists, and we have very nice hotels too, especially hotels like Stamba and Rooms, which are always our partners, all the fashion weeks. And it's just the energy. You have to feel the energy of the city. I don't know, some people like it, some not, but what I've seen, what I see when we have, for these 5 years, when we are bringing so many international guests, all of them, they always want to come back. So maybe it's something interesting to see.
Well, our team was supposed to go in March. April. Sorry, for the fashion week, right?
Yes, for the May, yes.
Yeah, and yes, obviously. So we didn't have a chance to come and explore, which we're
hopefully in November you will join us, because in November we are planning the event, and it's 19th of November. So hopefully everything will be fine by that time, and you can travel. And but we are waiting for the guests, and we are preparing Fashion Week. So hopefully you will join us.
Yeah, that would be lovely. And what's the most memorable fashion show that you have seen?
In Georgia or in the world?
Anywhere.
There were many, but I remember maybe the one of Dior when Galliano was the creative director. All the shows were magical. And Alexander McQueen was. I was only on the one show, but I remember it was also the magic.
And what do you think about Koibird and what we do and our curation? If you've had a chance to have a look.
Yes, sure. I think you are doing the most. You are doing a job that is very important for designers, and at the moment it's the most important project what can be done for the fashion designers and especially for the emerging brands. It's really amazing.
Again, really trying to show what's out there, what's in the world. We were speaking about local people in Georgia, how first you kind of, as you get into fashion, you go to the aspirational brands. Everyone wants to have a Louis Vuitton and Dior, and then I think as you get into fashion more, as you whether it's age or get a strong sense of what fashion means to you or what style is, I think you start to appreciate the many talents around us that are these young fashion designers, and you really
This is very important.
Really important.
And this is very important for the designers.
Yes. So yeah, we're so happy with the curation this season, and what's been amazing to see out of Georgia is, obviously with Demna and what he did at Balenciaga, it was a very street, young, youth culture look. But then, this season, obviously with Material and George Kaburia and even Anuki, it's tailoring, but it's very feminine, but it's very different from the Demna look. And then this season we've got Mac, which is very blingy and very glittery and very sexy. So just the different, even just from the one country, just the different styles that are emerging from these designers is what's really exciting to us, and what's really unique.
Yes, that's the good thing, that they are not copying each other or copying Demna, because Demna has the biggest influence on Georgian designers. They're of course, we are all proud of him, because from the small country, Demna became one of the biggest stars in fashion. And but the good thing is that Georgian designers, they're not copying Demna or each other. They are always looking for their own style.
Yeah, and I also think what they're also not copying, which we love, is Western designers and trends. Exactly. They have their own.
Very important.
Yeah, and that's what's really special. Well, thank you very much, Sofia.
Thank you. It's a pleasure. It was really a pleasure talking with you.
Thank you very much, and yeah, we hope we see you in November for the.
We'll cross the fingers that nothing will happen, and you will join us in November.
Luck with that. Great. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you very much.
Have a nice
you. Bye. Bye. Thank you.